Hello students, in today's video we are going to solve a problem of 15 marks on amalgamation in the nature of purchase method. So let us go through the problem. Arpita Limited and Anusha Limited decided to amalgamate their business and form a new company called Akshay Limited with an authorized capital of rupees 6 lakhs divided into shares of rupees 10 each. Following are the balance sheets as on 31st March 2020. So here there are two companies, Arpita Limited and Anusha Limited, who are starting a new company called Akshay Limited, and they've also given you the authorized capital of the new company, which is 6 lakhs, and the face value of the shares in the new company is rupees 10. Now let us look at the balance sheet. Share capital of Arpita Limited is 1,20,000 and that of Anusha Limited 1,60,000. Reserves and surplus. Here you can see general reserve for Arpita Limited is 24,000. Profit and loss account surplus for Arpita Limited is 16,000 and deficit for Anusha Limited is 24,000. Next is debentures for Arpita Limited 40,000, then creditors 20,000 and 28,000. Then let us look at the assets. Machinery 1,40,000 and 1,20,000. Goodwill only for Arpita Limited 20,000. Current assets, that stock 32,000 and 24,000. Debtors 16,000 each. Cash 12,000 and 4,000. The following are the terms of agreement. The assets and liability of Arpita Limited are to be taken over at book values except for goodwill, machinery and stock, which are to be valued at rupees 40,000, rupees 1,28,000 and rupees 36,000 respectively. The assets except cash of Anusha Limited were valued at 10% less than the book values and the creditors taken over at book value. Prepare the amalgamated balance sheet. Now, if you look at the problem, the problem is similar to the problems that we have solved in case of amalgamation in the nature of merger. But what makes this problem different is that you can see the new value of assets are given in the terms of agreement. And usually what happens is in the merger method, we take all the assets at their book value, that is the value given in the balance sheet. But if you look at the problem, here they have given you the terms of agreement, wherein for the first company, that is Arpita Limited, you are going to take the assets like goodwill, machinery, stock at new values. So here you are not fulfilling the conditions of merger, which says that all the assets and liabilities are to be undertaken and they are to be taken at book values. But here you are revaluing the asset, you are taking new values of the asset, so you're not fulfilling the conditions of merger. That is why we call this problem as amalgamation in the nature of purchase, because the condition is not satisfied. And here you can see, except for cash, all the assets of the second company, that is Anusha Limited, the assets are to be valued at 10% less than the book values. So in case of second company also, the condition is not fulfilled because the assets are not taken at book value, they are taken at 10% less than the book value. So from this we can conclude that this is amalgamation in the nature of purchase. I hope you understand why it is called amalgamation in the nature of merger or purchase. Now, how do we call this problem as amalgamation in the nature of purchase? Because the assets are taken at new values and they're not taken over at their book values. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to prepare amalgamated balance sheet. But before that, you have to calculate purchase consideration for the companies. So we will start with purchase consideration. Now for purchase consideration also, which method is to be followed? Only the information regarding assets and liabilities is available. So we will make use of net assets method to calculate purchase considerations for both the company. So let us start with the calculations. Okay, so first we will calculate for the first company, that is Arpita Limited. So here we are going to write as agreed value of assets taken over, because we are going to take the assets at new value. So first we will start with Arpita Limited. So here, according to the terms of agreement, goodwill is to be valued at 40,000. So let us take the amount of goodwill over here, that is 40,000. Next, this same machinery is to be taken at 1,28,000. You can see it here. So we will take machinery at 1,28,000. Next, stock also is revalued at 36,000. So we will take that 36,000. Now no new value for debtors is given. So we will take the amount that is given in the balance sheet, which is 16,000. So let us take that here. Cash is to be taken at its value given in the balance sheet, which is 12,000. So let us take it here. Okay, so we have taken all the assets of the company. You can see machinery, goodwill, stock, debtors, and cash. So let us make the total of the agreed value of assets for Arpita Limited. That will be 2,32,000. Alright, now we will minus the outside liabilities. So look at the outside liabilities. Here they have given you debentures for Arpita Limited. Value is 40,000. Here you can see no information regarding outside liabilities is given. That means they are to be taken at book value. So we will take the value which is given in the balance sheet. So minus debentures 40,000, and then you have trade payables. In that you have only creditors. So we will take that also 20,000. All right. So we have taken the assets. From that we will minus this liability so that we get our purchase consideration. So from 2,32,000, if you minus 40 plus 20, that is 60,000. So the balance will be purchase consideration, that is 1,72,000. Okay. So this is how you calculate purchase consideration. We will also calculate the number of equity shares. Formula is the purchase consideration divided by face value. Face value of the share is 10. So 1,72,000 divided by 10, that will be 17,200 shares which are going to be issued to Arpita Limited. Let us now calculate the purchase consideration for Anusha Limited. Okay, so here we will take agreed value of assets taken over. Okay, from so just look at the condition here. The assets except cash are to be valued at 10% less than the book values, and creditors are taken over at book value. So you have to take the value of asset. From that you have to minus 10%. So machinery of Anusha Limited is 1,20,000. Okay, from that you have to minus 10%. Okay, not 10, you have to minus 10%. So 1,20,000 minus 10%, that is 12,000. So balance you will show in the outer column, which is 1,08,000. Okay. Similarly, next asset that you have is stock. So the value of stock given in the problem is 24,000. From that you have to minus 10%. So 24,000 minus 2,400, that will be 21,600. Next you have is debtors. Value of debtors given is 16,000. So 16,000 minus 10%. Okay, so 16,000 minus 1,600, that will be 14,400. Now here they have given except cash. That means you have to take cash at the book value. So book value of cash given is 4,000. Okay, so we have taken all the assets. So let us make the total of the assets. So total is 1,48,000. From that you have to minus outside liabilities, that is creditors, which is to be taken over at book value. So what is the creditors of Anusha Limited? It is 28,000. Okay, so from the total of assets we have to minus creditors, then we will get purchase consideration. So 1,48,000 minus 28,000, that will be 1,20,000. Okay. So again we will calculate number of equity shares. So this is the purchase consideration which is going to be paid in equity shares. So divided by the face value of share. So 1,20,000 divided by 10, that will be 12,000 shares. So we have calculated purchase consideration and number of equity shares of both the companies. Now let us prepare the amalgamated balance sheet. Alright, so we have the format of balance sheet of the new company, that is Akshay Limited, with us. So we will start with the liabilities side first. Share capital. Now note number 1, share capital. In this first we will show the authorized capital. So authorized capital is given to us here. Authorized capital is 6 lakhs, which is divided into shares of rupees 10 each. So 6 lakhs divided by 10, that will be 60,000 shares. So 60,000, we will write it here. That will be 60,000 shares of rupees 10 each. That means 6 lakhs is the paid. Okay, so this will not be shown in the balance sheet. It will be shown just in the note. Next, we will write paid up capital. In paid up capital, we have to take the shares which are issued to both the company. So shares issued to Arpita Limited is 17,200 and the shares that are issued to Anusha Limited is 12,000. So 17,200 shares plus 12,000 shares. Total 29,200 shares of rupees 10 each. So 29,200 into 10, that will be 2,92,000. So we will take it in the balance sheet. Note number 1, amount 2,92,000. Now next is reserves and surplus. Now because this is purchase method of amalgamation, the reserves of transferor company are not shown in the books of transferee company except for some statutory reserves. Now no such information is given in the problem. Only general reserve and profit and loss account is given. There are no statutory reserves which are to be continued by the company. So that we will not take. Okay. After that you have directly debentures only for Arpita Limited, that is 40,000. So that we will show it in the balance sheet here. Non-current liabilities, debentures amount is 40,000. Okay. Next you have is current liabilities. In that you have trade payables. Creditors are given for both the companies. So let us see what is the creditors given. 20,000 and 28,000. So together we will take it in the balance sheet. That will be 48,000. So creditors are 48,000. Alright. Next we will take the assets. Assets, in that tangible assets first is machinery. So we will pass a note for machinery, that is tangible asset machinery. Now which value to take of machinery? We have to take the new values that we have taken here while calculating purchase consideration. So for Arpita Limited the value of machinery is 1,28,000 and that of Anusha Limited it is 1,08,000. So this we have to take it in the balance sheet. We will not make a mistake of taking the book values as we do it in merger method. Remember this is purchase method, so we have to follow it accordingly. Okay, so the new value of machinery is 1,28,000 plus 1,08,000. Okay, so total of this we will show it in the balance sheet, which is 2,36,000. So in the balance sheet here, note number 2, amount 2,36,000. Okay. Now next asset that we have is goodwill. Now goodwill is given only for Arpita Limited. So directly we will take the amount, that is 40,000 in the balance sheet here. We will not pass a note for that. Next asset that we have is stock. So new value of stock is given for both the companies. So we will take that. Now stock for Arpita Limited is 36,000 and that of Anusha Limited is 21,600. All right. So let us pass a note. Note number 3, inventories in that stock, that is 36,000 plus 21,600. Okay. So the total we will show it in the balance sheet. So total is 57,600. So here let us go to the balance sheet. Stock, note number 3, amount is 57,600. Now similarly debtors, new value of debtors of Arpita Limited is 16,000 and that of Anusha Limited it is 14,400. So let us pass a note for that as well. Trade receivables, debtors. Okay, so it is 16,000 plus 14,400. Total we will take and that will be shown in the balance sheet. So the total is 30,400. Okay, so here we will post it. The last item that we have is cash. Now cash is 12,000 for Arpita Limited and for Anusha Limited it is 4,000. So total we will write it directly in the balance sheet, that is 16,000. Okay, so we are done with the balance sheet. Now we have to make the total of both the sides. So first we will make the total of liability side. Total is 3,80,000. Similarly, the total of the assets also is same, that is 3,80,000. So balance sheet is tallying. I hope you have understood the problem. Okay. With this, I conclude for today. Thank you.